his country ma, he's a singing when the sun goes down. He had all the answers about the way things ought to be. Some folks came to listen, some folks couldn't see that there's pain in his fingers, pain in his heart, trying to make a living, searching for a brand new start. Who needs somebody?
Yeehaw!
Oh,
Welcome
cow.
aboard to another exciting episode of Keeping Country
Now,
Strong.
this is crazy weather. I'll tell you that.
Well, we got to put a big shout out to everybody down in Manhattan, Mr.
Oh,
Carl Richards.
Yes, down Manhattan and tell them, yeehaw, that's about it. They were yelling that all over town.
The Big Apple. I actually got an email from a friend of mine lives in Washington Heights, where I spent 20 years working for the NYPD. And they want to know, they're like, well, what are you guys all about? So we got to let everybody know. You have been a country performer here in the Hudson Valley for 35 years?
That sounds good.
Under the Carl Richards Band, and they're voted every year to one of the top bands in the Hudson Valley. You win the Readers' Poll every year in the Times Herald Record.
Well,
And you have been elected into the Independent Country Artists Hall of Fame in Nashville, Tennessee. You won an award in Idaho as one of the top country performers in Idaho, and had the #1 country song in Ireland, 2010.
yep.
All right? So that's what Carl's all about. So this guy right here, now you know a little something about Carl Richards. Myself, I'm an MC. I run a lot of fundraisers here in the Hudson Valley. I'm retired from the NYPD and did a radio show for 5 years locally. And then I hooked up with this guy right here. And we have the show's been on for what, 22 years? I've been here 2 years.
We're going to have 22 years anniversary soon. So
Here in the Hudson Valley, and we just got on in Manhattan a few months ago. And our new set from, everybody likes the new set, buddy.
I knew they would. That's
And a
great.
big shout out to our friend John Kidd from Pine Bush.
Oh, John Kidd.
John watches us every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. in Pine Bush on Channel 23, of course.
Yeah, John, if you need a good country rockabilly band or show put on, get a hold of us.
John's a good man. He's always out there.
We'll do it.
He's a photographer. He runs the Pine Bush Quarterly, the Walden Quarterly, and Montgomery Quarterly. These magazines.
Hey, listen,
you always see him. You always see him
Wait a
out
minute,
in
I
the
got to
Hudson
yell
Valley.
out, Bullville!
Oh yes, in Bullville we watch it too. All 63
He lives in
people.
Bullville over there.
That's right. Oh, and now let me ask you a question. I got to get this out here. When you go to a place, to a deli, right? You any place that serves cheeseburgers, hamburgers, and fries, when you ask for a deluxe, that's what you get, right? Cheeseburger deluxe.
Yeah, you get cheeseburger, usually tomato, lettuce.
Well, if you're friends with me
French
on
fries.
Facebook, I posted before the show that you would find out tonight. There's one place in the Hudson Valley that has never heard of a hamburger or cheeseburger deluxe.
No?
Never heard of it. When you
No?
call up asking for a cheeseburger deluxe, like, oh, we don't have that. Well, they do have it. They just don't call it that.
Right.
And you can't order. I said, I want a cheeseburger deluxe. That's a cheeseburger and fries, right?
Right.
They're like, no, you have to.
That's pretty standard.
You have to order a cheeseburger and then an order of fries. I still want to call it a cheeseburger deluxe.
Well, that's because they make more money that way.
I imagine, but the place is called. It's funny. The place is called the Riverside Deli. It's in Bloomingburg. Okay.
Oh, Bloomingburg.
Nice little place. My wife loves the hamburgers, but I call it the Fireside. In my phone, I have it under Fireside. Don't ask me why. It's never been called the Fireside. But there's a great staff down there. I was there earlier tonight, and I told them I was going to mention this. And they don't know why either. They're like, why don't you just put it on the menu
Now, wait a
as a
minute.
cheeseburger deluxe?
is
For
this
me.
re- is
Put it
this
on
really-
for me.
Is this important or
No, I just thought I'd throw it out there because
you
they
just want to
do.
get it off your chest?
Because they do what? They're going to watch the show. That's
Oh.
new people watching the show, buddy.
Oh, we got to say
And I had
hi
to-
to them, and we got to say hi to all the folks at
So-
Quick Way Diner, which is a sponsor of the station.
They're right. They have great burgers too. They're right around the corner from the Riverside
Well, I don't
too.
know about everything they got there, but the soup is the best.
The soup. I know you like the soup. The soup is fantastic. Hey, we got to let everybody know also. It's the holiday season. we're going to be, if you're in Port Jervis Deer Park,
Yeah, they'll get it
Saturday,
this Saturday.
December
and
1st.
Anybody else that will get this won't be able to get
It'll
it.
be after the fact, but then you can join us next year.
Well, if they see this over in any other areas next week, they can still donate the toys.
That's right. We're going to be in Norbury Hall in Ellenville, New York, from 1 to 5 p.m., December 1st, for Toys for Kids. It's being run by the town of
Warsing.
Warsing. That's a hard word to spell.
We know that the Marines do Toys for Tots, which is
Yep.
great, and I've done fundraisers for them, and we've actually raised 2,000 toys here and there for them, for our buddies out at Thunder Radio.
All right, good guys.
One of the #1 country stations, but they wanted to do something that stayed right in their own town, so we called it Toys for Kids.
That's great.
And last year they had 800 homes got toys, and the churches and stuff get all the homes and people's names. And now it's growing so big, they're gonna have the tree lighting the same day.
That's fantastic.
Choirs out in the park, and,
Really?
and it's really it makes me and my wife feel good because.
Well, I'm happy to be aboard. Thanks for asking me to MC. There's going to be some great entertainment. Last year was fantastic. Well, you even got Santa and Mrs. Claus, who's going to be there. Oh, you got them up on stage. That was really cool.
Oh yeah, they get up and play tambourines with us.
And our good friend Herb, photosbysac.com. Go to his website. You can see all the pictures from last year's.
Yeah, he won't be there
event.
this year because
No.
he's getting operated on.
Get well soon to
shout out
Herb.
Herb too.
Get well soon, buddy.
Everybody's in the hospital.
But
It's terrible.
you can still donate if you want to donate toys. It's needed. Definitely needed in this holiday season, especially
Yeah, everybody
in the hurricane areas in
kids need it in
New Jersey, Staten Island, Brooklyn.
First time I seen Santa Claus cry is.
It's unbelievable, and especially up in the Hudson Valley, there's
Well,
a lot of kids
all
need
you
toys.
need to get in, and we got some great entertainment. Carmine's going to be there.
Oh, okay.
Terry, girl singer. Maybe Josie Lou, the country girl. Mr.
Very
Phil. Side Effects rock band. Little Sparrow bluegrass band, and our band, and a few other things. And
All right.
Santa and his wife. Hot chocolate and.
And the admission is a toy. That's it.
Yeah, a brand new toy, unwrapped.
4 hours of entertainment for the cost of a toy. That's
and,
all. Unwrapped toy. That's all you have to
And
bring.
we just have fun, and it's something that I really feel proud of because my wife and myself initiated it, and
Yeah.
the town took it and ran with it, and they're real happy about the whole thing because we play a lot in that area.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we do the Blueberry Festival, and we do Napanock Days, and Rondout Campground, and Campground Resort up on the mountain. So in Wurtsboro, so we're right in that area.
If you want to donate a toy after the fact, if you're watching this in Pine Bush, Middletown, so anywhere in Sullivan County, and you're going to be watching it after the event, just get a hold of Carl or myself on
Or call
Facebook.
the Chamber of Commerce in Napanock or Ellenville, either one.
Yeah, they'll take the toys, so don't worry about that. If you want to donate, they'll take the toys.
And there's a lot of places around that's doing a good job on toys, and even food pantries. I've know some people did that down in Monroe. They did the big toy drive.
Well, there's a lot of events
Food-
coming up.
food
Toys for
drive.
Tots is a great program the Marines run. I mean, wherever you can help out. Food pantries. I know the food pantries, especially in the area, are running low. So if you can donate a couple of cans to a food pantry, not just around this time of the year, but year round.
Well, I always
it's
say
needed year round.
on Facebook and stuff is you don't forget the veterans, seniors, and homeless, and the kids. All them people deserve it, and all our soldiers. Send them a card or something.
That's right. Oh, and one other thing.
There's one other thing.
If we have any
Gee.
NASCAR fans, I did get a couple of requests.
NASCAR.
I'm putting together these gift certificates. So I got a couple of friends of mine that want to give gifts to the Dover NASCAR race I'm running next year, and they're going to give it to them as a Christmas present. So if you're interested in going to a NASCAR race next year, get a hold of me. You can give it as a Christmas present. It's $165 per person. Includes a round trip.
Well, I might want to go
Motor
if I can
coach.
drive. I want to.
You might have to get a present from somebody, from Santa.
No, I want to drive a car.
You got the motor coach, you got the race ticket, you got an all-you-can-eat and drink barbecue lunch, right? All you can eat, all you can drink. You got raffles, prizes, all for $165 per person.
Hey,
Great seats,
How was your Thanksgiving?
and a meet and greet. We're going to have a driver there. We're not sure which one, NASCAR driver. So get a hold of me, Benzee Promotions on Facebook.com or friend us on Facebook.
We're recovering from
Thanksgiving was great. We had a great Thanksgiving.
We had like 25 to 35 people.
How many? You had a lot of people in your house,
In that
man.
little apartment, yeah.
35
3
people.
turkeys.
There it is. Right there, folks.
3 turkeys and
Get a hold of me if you're
lot of
interested in
grandkids and-
NASCAR trip.
and we have
June
fun
2nd,
every year.
2013, Carl.
I know, and he does a lot of benefit work and stuff with trips to the casinos and stuff.
Yeah, I got 2 groups calling me this week that want me to run trips in the
All,
spring.
all
And
for non-profit groups and stuff.
yeah,
It's,
that's all it is. If you want to go to a casino, I'll set up the whole thing. I'll host it. We'll set up the motor coach. We'll figure out a price where you can make a profit. And then you get the people to go on the trip. We have a great time, raffles. And what's really cool, when we run it for the station, we have entertainment on board. We had Carmine the Crooner, Mark the Polka Man, and it's all included. So if you're a nonprofit group and you want me to help you out, we'll take care of that. Oh, also, Pets Alive. With the animal. They were over in the Middletown area. Shout out to them. I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks going through a volunteer orientation. They're looking for some assistance in fundraising also. So I live a couple of miles from them, so we're going to get involved in that.
Great. We're
So that's it.
involved in
I
so
think we
much
got it all
stuff.
covered.
Jeez, you never run out of hot air. Do you?
I know. We're like, I agree with my wife.
We got to talk about your happy holidays. I want to squeeze
Happy
in that
holidays.
little word before he gets going again here.
No, I'm done. I'm good.
How
We're
about
good.
you introducing this gentleman here?
Hey, we have a great musician on board tonight, and when he's going to play us a few songs, and then we're going to talk to him about his music and his sweet Peter sauce that I've had. And it's really good stuff. But right now, without further ado, Peter Riot.
All right.
How you doing tonight? I'm Peter Riot. I'm going to play a few songs for you. This first one's called Reflections. Mama, what's wrong? What I've done? Mama, have I been bad? So young and so old, not wise, oh so bold. Dark crescents frame the windows of my mind. Crimson traces furrowed lines, found darkness while chasing the light. In shadows, the power seemed right. The spirits won't take me tonight. Sleepless, the river will dream. Thoughtless, the evil will scream. no crossing. The gate has dropped. Mama, what's wrong? What I've done? Mama, have I been bad? Thank you. I want to thank Mr. Carl Richards for having me on the show. I'm going to do a few songs that I've written over the years. This next one's called Ramble On. Didn't go where you wanted, but it goes just the same. Stood alone in the raindrops, just like tears on your face. And it's a sacrifice, should have known, just like broken ice, frozen water. Yes, it's a sacrifice, should have known her. So much bad advice, over and over. Ramble on, dusty roads. Ramble on, ramble on, dusty road. God, I hope we never meet. Too much shame on your doorstep, too much blame on your tongue. Never meant to be a burden, never want these words again. And it's a sacrifice, yes, it's over, just like broken ice, frozen water. And it's a sacrifice, should have known her, just like bad advice, over and over. Ramble on, dusty roads. Ramble on and find your peace, yeah. Ramble on, dusty roads. God, I hope we never meet. Ramble on, dusty roads. Ramble on, I should have left you by the road. Ramble on, dusty road. Why'd you have to be so sweet? Again, a lot of these songs were written by people that were very special to me, and I'm not going to mention them by name, but you know who you are. This next one's called Rollin' Dice, and I think I'm going to get a tattoo about this song. Right or wrong, dear, this is my life. Tomorrow you wake up with the sunrise. We won't be together, I got faraway eyes. Now and forever, gotta roll out those dice. Rolling dice, why must I roll out those dice? Never ever seem to ever think twice. Know that I'll miss you, and that is the price. Ain't gonna stop now, 'cause this is my life. Had all that I wanted, had all that I need. Pushing my luck, love, feeding the greed. Now I love to gamble, and I love to fight. Taking a stand here won't make it right. Rolling dice, why must I roll out those dice? Never ever seem to ever think twice. Know that I'll miss you, and that is my price. Ain't gonna stop now, this is my life. Hey, smooth sailing, I'm rocking the boat, teasing the gators, I'm swimming the moat. I opened a bottle and I opened a vein. I love to keep bleeding, baby, now bring on the pain. Rolling dice, why must I roll out this dice? Never ever seem to ever think twice. I know that I'll miss you, and that is my price. I ain't gonna stop now, 'cause this is my life.
Come on down. Behind door number 52.
Peter Riot. All right, unbelievable, good stuff.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
How are you?
Welcome aboard.
Good to see you.
How you doing,
Now,
buddy?
you was on before with Crazy Joe.
Crazy. That was a wild.
I was on with Crazy Joe.
That was a wild show.
Oh,
from
man.
Mailbox Dog.
Yeah.
If you ever see him, I want him to come on. We're doing another show with him.
I will let him know. He emails me from time to time, but he's kind of like
He's
a
nuts,
bobber.
that's what he is.
You know, he bobs up and then he's gone. Yeah.
He's one guy that he deserves that nickname, Crazy Joe.
Yeah, he did great on our show we're putting together. It was really funny. Especially when he said he was a Mexican and stuff, and he was busting on you.
We got a lot of emails.
Hey,
I got
look,
a lot of emails from
before we
from
get
that
to your
show
music,
that we run.
we had our test guy here test your materials.
Right.
and give us your honest opinion.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Yeah, very good. Sweet Peter's sauce. I had it with the steak.
Now this is your own stuff, right?
Yep, I created it. It's my invention.
I had a thin sliced steak because I had the lap band surgery, so I can't eat the big, juicy 48 ounces like I used to. But I mean, it should be used for that because that's how good it is.
Worcestershire sauce, sort of?
It's a combination of salt and sweet and a little peppery. You know, it's anything that you put salt and pepper on, you know, use that stuff. It's great.
Yeah, it worked. It worked. The flavor is really good. It's hard to describe, but it's really nice.
He's gonna be one of our sponsors here for the station, which is great. So we're not mentioning no prices or nothing, but this is you'll be able to get it. What's your website to get you anyway, and then you can contact people.
Well, you can just get me in my email, voxpop1@verizon.net, or it's got a Facebook page, Sweet Peters on Facebook there.
Great.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and you can, you see testimonials from other people that tried it and what they put it on, and there's pictures of people using it and YouTube and stuff like that. So.
Can you get it in the stores yet? Or
Not yet.
No?
Someday, hopefully.
So
I'd love to get picked up and distributed, but that's tricky.
That's very difficult to do.
That's key.
Well, he
get the word out.
Well, he hogged it all up, this guy. Yeah.
I give you the seal of approval, so anybody that's watching, get a hold of this.
His seal's still out of water.
Get a hold of this guy on Facebook.
So where are you from anyway?
I live down in Cedar Grove, New Jersey. Dirty Jersey.
Ah.
We just had Sandy come through there and make a mess of things, but.
How'd you make out with it?
It wasn't that bad for me. I only lost power for a couple days, but I'm right in between the ambulance corps and the police department, so they had to get my power back. But a lot of people are still hurting there.
It's always good to live on the same block as the fire department, the police department.
Well, now the beach is on the main land. It's not even in the beach anymore.
Yeah, there's talk of leaving the roller coaster in the water.
I heard about
as
that.
An attraction.
Seaside Heights, right?
Yeah.
It's it would probably cost more to get it out of there.
Yeah.
You might as well just leave it there and leave it as a tourist attraction.
It looks like a disaster film.
Yeah.
Like a Hollywood movie.
It's crazy, and I would
You
leave it
know what
there.
it is too is a lot of the weather stations and news stations build up every storm for the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
is the end of the world.
Well, they want people to tune in.
And
It's
this
the only
one-
time they can get ratings
right.
is when there's a disaster.
That's
So
right.
this one they built up and everybody's going, they say that with the snow, they say that with the hurricanes, and it didn't go that way. It actually hit there.
Yeah, when I had work canceled the day before, I knew something was up,
It's amazing how some towns were barely hit, lost power for like a day or two.
Right.
And then there was other towns that they were out for a week to 10 days, and were devastated.
Right.
Well, we was out.
next
we was
town's
out a little
over.
bit, and then Deer Park was out for a while, and then you go the other way to Milford, Pennsylvania, and they were out for a long time up that way.
My sister in Monroe, of all places, she was out for over a week. And my mom, who also lives in Monroe, less than a mile from her, she was back the next day. She had power, so it was just like neighborhood by neighborhood.
I guess it depends how the grids. If the grids blow,
Right.
or we sat on our porch because we're crazy, me and my wife. When
Not during a storm.
Yeah, when the storms come in, we go out and have our coffee and
Flying
watch.
kites, too?
Close to it, but
Did I tell you about the trampoline? My trampoline, what happened to it?
no.
You seen the picture? I got pictures on Facebook of it. We had a trampoline. It was only a couple of months old, and I had it tied down pretty good, I thought, for Hurricane Sandy. And so every couple of hours, I was looking outside to make sure it was still there. Well, about 9 o'clock, 9:30, which was pretty much almost the height of the storm, it was gone. It was gone. I go to my wife, the trampoline's not there. She's like, what are you talking about?
People
Serious.
lost cars and everything.
So it was so windy. I took the flashlight and I walked out on the deck, and I was blowing around, and I'm looking throughout the yard to see if I could find a trampoline. I point up, and it's stuck to a tree in the air, about 15 feet in the air. In the air, airborne. The whole thing is airborne. So I go, I got to do something, because if I don't go out and try and tie it down somehow, this thing's going to go airborne. Could end up miles away. Could end up on someone's house. Could end up on someone's house. Could end up. So I go. I got a rope. I go out and I try to tie it to the tree. It's not a big tree, a little tree, but it was stuck to it. and it's airborne over me, and I'm pulling it down.
I knew you were
so
a
I could
cowboy.
attach it to the tree. I'm actually doing this, and it's crazy because it's got to be 70, 80 mile an hour winds.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm blowing too, and I'm a
I
big
told
guy.
you I turned him into a cowboy. He was
So
out
I
there
tied it
swinging
down.
that rope.
So then I'm standing under it, looking, and I'm like, I think this will stay. I mean, it's not going anywhere, right? So I go back inside, and I can't believe that. I said, where's the video camera? We should have got a video camera going of me doing this.
Right.
You're not thinking at the time. You're just thinking of stopping this thing from going airborne, like something out of the Wizard of Oz. So then, about 1 o'clock in the morning, it was still there. The wind had died down enough where it was back on the ground, and the stakes were still in it, attached to the trampoline. So I went out and banged it into the ground, the stakes into the ground, so in case the wind blew again, at least it was secure.
Well, we went out.
And it's still there. It's a month later. I haven't touched the thing. I'm leaving it there all winter. Anybody wants to come to Bullville, see a trampoline that's destroyed, it's like half collapsed. My wife's like, you can't leave it there. I'm like, why not? I'll leave it there for the winter.
He's getting to be a country boy. Leave
Leave it there.
It's good where it is.
It's like,
forget about it.
I mean, it can't be used anymore. That's for sure. It's destroyed.
Brother.
2 months
Well,
old.
we sat on the porch with her.
But it was like a movie.
Coffee. It was
should've
great,
been-
man.
It was like
See
something
the
out of a
branches
movie.
falling out of our trees, and
I look at it now. I look back and say, what the hell was I doing? But I had to tie it down somehow.
I would
you
like
know.
to get a video.
This
of
thing
that.
could have gone. This thing would have went. I mean, it would have been gone. Who knows
Yeah,
where it
they're
would have
heavy
ended.
too.
It
Yeah.
was probably 5 to 9.
Yeah,
He said it's
yeah.
time
I was
to go.
pulling it down out of the. It's crazy.
It was 5 to 9. He says, I got to get out there.
Time to do this show.
Time to do the show,
Time to get on that show.
folks. I'm accused of not getting here like 2 hours before the
Well,
show all
anybody
the
out
time.
there, we
so.
know that Benzee's actually a superstar.
He's the big star.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know any of this technical stuff. I just show
You
up
and
and
me,
do
we
the
were
show.
here- we were the first ones here, right?
Yeah, we're always here first.
I have
count.
no idea any of the technical stuff. I just show up. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm sitting down. Let's
Here's
do the
what
show.
happens here. The whole crew bets.
Have
on
some
what
sauce,
time
do the
Benzee's-
show.
What time Benzee's going to be here? We bet on it. On what time he's going to be here.
I was early tonight.
Little pool.
And
That's what I
he
told you.
surprised a few of us here. And, most of us say 5 to 9. That's basically it.
You know, I mean, there's nothing else
Now
to do.
I know
What's
why
there
he
to
was
do?
on the radio
Everything's
show.
set
He
up.
probably showed up at the last minute, and they said,
No, I would actually get there
kick
pretty
him
early.
to the curb.
I would get there. No, well, a lot of times I was coming from work from the radio show, so I mean that was timed to the minute when
That
I was
was a
doing
fun
that.
thing.
That was a lot of fun.
But yeah, we go out in the storms and even in the blizzards, and we sat on our porch. We used to go up to the truck stop and watch the lightning storm.
Well,
It's great.
I'll tell you, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't have went out there. I wasn't going out in the storm. You know that
You
was
know where the mountain is up on 84?
Sure.
We used to go up in the truck stop and watch the lightning.
really.
Yeah, it's great, man. You see it crashing down the bottom. It's Mother Nature at its best.
It beats paying for the price of a movie ticket, right?
Well, yeah, you know,
know,
and
it's
we're
like
getting old
entertainment.
now. That stuff's a thrill for us. So
Yeah, what do you need cable for?
yeah,
Oh,
Mother
we're on
Nature.
cable. Wait,
Mother
you gotta have
Nature.
cable.
You know, that's like
we always
at the
need Time
airports,
Warner, huh?
especially in Florida, Orlando Airport for one, is they have an actual viewing area where people pull up their cars right next to outside the airport, and you can watch the planes lifting off and taking off and landing.
Come on, how long is
Yeah.
that good for? It's only good for what,
I don't
5
know.
minutes?
In Orlando, maybe they're there for hours. I don't know, but it's right off the highway, and whenever we go to
His ancestors.
I mean,
used
is there a
to-
drinking
whatever-
game that goes with it or
I
something?
don't
you know?
I don't know. I mean,
His-
I don't see any. There's no porta potties or any like, hot dog
Is
trucks.
that your ancestors that
I
did
mean,
that,
it's
or
not. No. But whenever we fly into Orlando, we get to rent a car, and as soon as you come out of the airport, you'd see them lined up. Like at night.
Jesus.
Are they betting on it or
I
something?
don't
you know,
know.
Like their own
I think this
time
is.
or-
I think this is
I
like
remember-
free
I
entertainment.
remember-
Instead of going to the movie theater, it's like let's put the kids in the
I
car and
remember
watch
his
the airplanes
ancestors
land.
back in Flintstone time. They go a rock, and it was
I don't know. I mean,
all gather around
it's
the
a-
boulder.
it's a free entertainment. Let's get the kids out of the house and bring them to the airport. You know.
You know, unfortunately,
It's crazy.
When my oldest son was young, about 2 or 3 years old, we went to the air show, and you could park along the road, so you didn't have to pay to get in. We pulled up the very first thing. They had 2 double wingers, and they was doing loops.
Yeah.
First loop they did, they hit each other, and both guys got killed. My son
No.
and it's really not Wasn't that? He goes, that is great. Look at them crash.
Yeah, he thought it was like in
He
the
put
movie
that as
or
part of the
something.
show.
Yeah.
He didn't know that anybody got killed.
That wasn't Rhinebeck, was it?
No, it was down in
Rhinebeck has a
Florida.
good show. They put
Yeah,
on a good
I used
show
to go
every
there.
year. Yeah, we go there with the Cub Scouts.
people
Kids
go.
love it.
People go
Kids
to all
love it.
that stuff to see wrecks, car shows.
No, they put on a good show without
I mean,
the
but
wrecks.
at the airport, all you're getting the planes, the same thing over and over. You're not getting hopefully you're not getting planes.
He's
you know,
the kind of
turning
guy that
upside
stood out
down.
there by the airport throwing pigeons up.
We
Go
never
get 'em!
stopped.
Right?
No, we never stopped.
You used to throw the pigeons up. Let's see if we can bring that one down. I
Geese.
know.
The
Geese.
geese in there.
We never stopped, but there was
There goes a
always
hawker.
at night always cars there. I mean, I don't know if it's like a lover's lane or what, but you know, it wasn't set up as there weren't food trucks.
Well,
and,
now that we
and
got your whole life story, how did you start in music?
Orlando Airport, check it out when you're
I
in.
started music, I guess.
Check it out.
Elementary school. I played the drums because you couldn't take guitar. But, you know, as a teenager, I want to, you know, get guitar to meet girls. And,
It was either drums
Yeah.
or trumpet.
yeah.
Right? Like 5th grade, I
But I
took
wanted
the
to play the
trumpet,
drums,
yeah.
so I played in
Drums
the
are
marching
good.
band and everything. And
Yeah.
then as I got older, I got a guitar and,
Cool.
you know.
How did you learn with the guitar? I mean,
I took lessons
Yeah.
from, but I also learned from books and from friends and stuff
now
like that.
my son
so-
is going to be 8 next month, and he's interested in the guitar, and so we're thinking about actually getting him lessons. And is he thinking
Yeah, get him a cheap
that
guitar to start with. and
second
then-
grade though, a little early, you think? Or?
Well, most.
It depends. It depends on their focus.
You guys are the experts.
You know what I mean?
Oh, let's not go that. He
You know,
might
like
be.
I
don't
teach
know about
kids,
me.
I teach
Do you?
older people, and I teach young kids. So it depends on their focus, on, you know, how much time they're willing to put in. I think it's better with kids. Older people, it's a learning curve, and they don't want to learn stuff. It takes a long time.
It's like everything. It's awkward in the beginning, and they don't realize that. I did when I took a few lessons, and it was like I want to play the real stuff. I want to play Twinkle Twinkle Little
No, I know.
Star, and that's the downfall to that. Now the kids are computer smart, and they get the tabs.
Yeah.
They can actually get the whole song right off the computer
Yeah.
and learn it off tabs.
Yeah, but the physical part of making a good note and getting good tone takes a little while.
Well, they said that the what's the name of the guitar thing you play?
Guitar
Lou?
Hero?
Guitar Hero.
Oh yeah, Guitar Hero.
That you can adapt from that into playing a real guitar because it gives your fingers coordination.
Well, that
With Guitar Hero now, you can plug the guitar into it.
right. I think there's
Oh,
another
nice.
one, Guitar Smith, which you actually use a guitar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what.
Because the Guitar Hero is just pushing buttons, you know,
Yeah.
Right.
colored buttons. So.
But yeah, if you can get that the awkwardness of your fingers. When I used to teach guys how to spackle and stuff, it's once controlling the blades and the knives and stuff with your hands.
Sure.
Till you learn that, the rest is once you learn it, it's not too bad.
That's something that he's interested in, so we're gonna have to figure out how we're
I
gonna
think
proceed.
you sit around the house, you and your wife, going, "What's he interested in this week?" But you got him in
He's
everything.
interested in. I know. He comes.
It's always good to get the kids into a lot of different stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but his
Expose them
age-
to
Well,
different
church
things.
school's something he's got to do, and then he's got Cub Scouts,
They gotta
bowling, basketball,
They got to wheel
karate,
him in now.
Bowling?
bowling Saturday mornings. He's in a bowling league.
He's in there. He's in everything.
He went to a tournament last year.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, he's into that, and then basketball starts in January for
You know,
a
they
couple
told
of
me
months.
they have gutters covered so you don't roll no
Yeah.
gutter balls.
And then Cub Scouts,
do that for
Pack
the kids,
41
yeah.
in Pine Bush. Woo! We just had it's funny stuff, man. We just had a popcorn fundraiser. And
I
I was
heard
in
of
charge of
it.
that. Raised almost, we sold over almost $6,000 worth of popcorn. Can
That's a
you
lot
believe
of
that?
popcorn.
That's a lot of
Wow.
popcorn, man. So
That's
they
a
did a
lot of
great job.
movies.
Pack did a great job, and I've been spending
we've
the
had
last.
him on the show
I've been
here.
spending the last 2 weeks. My garage was filled with
Actually, I
popcorn.
sent 'em
'cause
down
I have
to
to
I
hand
sent
it once
'em
we
to
get all the
Manhattan
You
popcorn.
have to
here.
distribute it.
Distribute it. So
They've been on in Manhattan. That
crazy
that
stuff.
crew.
yeah.
So that's good.
So I mean that's a
Now,
lot of
don't
fun.
you play in a band also, or you just?
Right now, I'm involved in a new project called Unholy Fire, and
Cool.
I've got Bobo singing. It's going to be all original. I got a phenomenal guitar player, Scott Pastick, who has done albums before. He recorded with not Bon Jovi, but his father, Bon Giovanni, who was a famous producer at the record plant, and so it should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to doing that. I fill in with Matt Ayer's last call when he needs a bass player. He gives me a shout. Been making.
How many instruments do you know, basically?
I really just play bass and guitar right now. You know, I can play drums. Like, you know, I just got this rehearsal studio and I got a drum kit, so that's what I do for fun now. I just like beat on the skins.
We played
I love
Orange
doing
County
it.
Fair last year on the main stage, and my drummer had a spasm in his back.
Yeah.
He couldn't move, so he laid on the floor right in the middle of the show. So the
But
guy,
during songs?
yeah. So the guy says is playing guitar, Jeremy. He says, I can play the drums. I says, you do? He goes, yeah. He jumped back there. He's a real good drummer. He's an excellent guitar player.
And what,
You
he
know
left
what
it.
I'm
He
talking
left
about.
it. Yeah, and he left the guy on the floor.
Yeah, we
guy
left
just
him
lay
laying
there?
there, and
He's
we
probably
played.
still there.
Because
Knowing if Orange County Fair, he probably is. Still
hey, when
there.
you're in a band like this, things happen.
That's right.
And he finished the rest of the last three
That's a
songs.
trooper. That's a
You
trooper.
got to understand the rock and roll business. You know?
I believe it.
Well, I played with the guy who I started with. He owned all the equipment. We were playing, and it was called the James Boys, not the James Gang. Before they had the James Gang, I'm sure there's 1,000 James something. But we're playing a bar. It's packed every week, jamming, and he had a heart attack. His wife drug him over in the corner, put his feet up on a chair, and undid his. We used to wear the colonel ties.
Right.
Took it off. No, I said, you got to call somebody. You didn't even have 911. She says, he ruins every party. Leave him lay there. I says, yeah, but leave him lay. I says, all right. We went up and played, and about an hour later, he got up and shook it off and come over and finished
Really?
the
A
night.
heart attack? Did
Really?
you
Yeah.
shake it off?
That's what she said. And I was like,
Men were tougher back
Yeah,
then, weren't they?
back in the day, it was just, it was
I
different. It
I'm
was
writing
different.
in my book. I'm writing this. I got gig night. So many things has happened with us in gigs. I mean, my bass player.
I would buy that book.
My bass player got electrocuted. He ran the sound. We were in some fair, and the post ran up like this, and we were setting up to get ready for sound. He had his bass up, and he was facing the sound system, and a big lightning bolt hit the top of the tat. Everybody looked up, and it went right down the line, right into that board. He turned around, it was like a Three Stooges cartoon, or his hair was standing straight up.
Wow.
Smoke coming out of his hair. I says, you okay? He goes, yeah. Boom. They had to give him oxygen and
Really?
everything. So I go, is there any more bass players in the room? But no, he got knocked right out.
Did they take him to the
terrible.
hospital, or just
And,
got up
and
after
the
a
only
while?
thing they said saved him was his hand was against the bass guitar.
Oh.
So grounded him or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, it was like everybody in the audience went like, boom.
I had a cabinet catch fire one time.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Yeah. Yep.
During the show?
It was a rehearsal actually,
Oh,
but
wow.
still. I mean, just to have the speaker cone just go.
Our generation used to cheer when the amp burned up. And
Sure,
Stuff. It was
you-
like, wow, this is great.
I think it's part of the show, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
old silver dollar days.
Yeah.
In
Oh, the
Monroe.
Silver Dollar was a show.
Something like that would happen. They think it's part of the show. They think it's great.
Anybody that remembers the Silver Dollar will never forget it. I mean, the waitress got so drunk, was foggy. You couldn't even see him in the fog with the camera.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody's looking. They see lights blinking. What could
This
that,
place was-
What could that be? And everybody goes outside in the fog. We walk across the highway, and there's a lake. She actually drove from the parking lot right on across the street down the boat ramp,
That's Walton Lake.
and
Monroe.
was sitting in the car. And we all ran down there, and we opened the door, and she goes, "Man, it's raining like heck out." Well, she didn't use them words, but you're in the lake. It was like we had to drag her out of there. It was.
That place was on Lakes Road in Monroe back in the
Right.
70s, and I think it closed up in early 80s. Maybe?
Yeah, we closed her down.
And now it's an Italian restaurant. So if you're going out, if you're in Monroe and you're going out on Lakes Road,
How would you like to play with a mechanical bull, like from here to there,
Yeah.
away from you?
the old
Yep.
silver dollar.
And the band's here, and they're dancing, and you had a bell on it, ringing all through your songs and everything. At night, they got drunk. They take the pin out and throw it in the low,
Yeah.
and it would just throw people on the floor in front of the band. They'd come back next night. I broke my arm doing something.
You know, that's
Well,
not
yeah.
the only story of someone driving out of there and not turning onto Lakes Road, because the lake's right across the street, and it's like a little ramp, like a boat ramp.
You don't see the
People would
water.
drive right into the lake.
Sure.
This would happen, more than once.
drunk.
It
I
happened.
mean,
Well, yeah.
well,
his buddy come down.
usually around 2 or 3 or 4 in
It
the
used to
morning.
get so
probably.
foggy there. His buddy, Mr. Daly, he walked from the Silver Dollar.
Acquaintance, I know the guy. That's
I don't even know, it was 10 miles on his hands. Standing on his hands down the middle of the highway. We come down
He's
through
a-
this fog, and we was like, "What the hell is that?"
That
in the road?
guy- that-
Here's this guy walking on his hands.
Yeah, he would
at
do
3
that.
o'clock in the morning. He goes, "I'll make it to the diner," and we just went right on by and left him walking down the road on his hands. He did it too.
He should have been in the circus.
I don't know. A lot of them people.
Him and a few other folks with that last name used to get in quite a bit of trouble in Monroe. So
Yeah,
back in the
it
day,
was a
that
great-
name was
that
known.
That was one of the jumping
The good people, though.
and them folks used to take. I mean, I made more money there than I ever did today, and food and drinks and everything else.
Different times, though, you could do that back then. You know, he could walk on his hands from there all the way into the town of into the village of Monroe. Nobody would say a word. I mean,
Nah.
right now,
Uh-oh, here comes the boss.
now the guy'd be getting in trouble.
Are we over talking?
All right.
How much
It's-
time
it's
do we
almost
got?
time for some more songs, folks.
We got time for 3 more
Here
tunes?
on Keeping Country
All
Strong.
right, go get set
Go,
up.
go get him,
Even though
Pete.
we didn't get your word edgewise.
Don't
I
forget
had to do with this.
Sweet Peter's sauce. This stuff is good stuff. You can find them on Facebook.
Well, you tested it out.
I did, because
he's going to be a sponsor here.
I got some of this last time he was on the show with Crazy Joe, and I tried it out on the steak, and it's really good. So
As things go, I said, here,
You
take
gotta
that
get it,
home and
folks.
test it.
and I'm still here.
That's how Caesar.
So no, it's really good.
That's how Caesar used to do to his men. Here, you try this meal. See if
It's really good stuff. So
this guy's a good guy. He plays a lot of music, loves music, and is involved. And he said he's going to try to find out if he can help us with the green screen setup,
that'd be great.
where you add it in later. That would be great here if we can get that program, because we got the green screen.
That's right.
And we're going to do some new skits for this show, me and Benzee. And Benzee's going to be my Indian partner. And I got it already planned out.
Oh,
in
this
my
is all
head.
news to me, but I'm up for just
And,
about anything.
I'm going to, well, you're going to be Tonto. I'll be the crazy stranger, or long stranger, or whatever it is. And we're going to use the green screen.
The green screen is great. We used that a few times on past shows, and
Well, the
it
new
works
show
out.
is we're going to work that, get that finished
Yeah.
up too, because that's funny.
But we're glad everybody likes
Slapstick theater.
our
Wait till
new
you see
set
that.
here, our Manhattan set. Well, actually, believe it's Brooklyn Bridge looking into Manhattan.
And even
back
though
here,
we got the
so-
Twin Towers on this picture, we respect the Twin Towers, so we left it so people could see it, because
That's
we
right.
don't want anybody to forget it. And it's a martyr for our people.
Always remember, never forget, folks.
Right.
Okay, now we are going
Yeah,
to get
come
back.
on, we're talking too much here. It's all your wife's fault. I'm
We're
going to
gonna-
see you later.
We're gonna get whose wife? You're gonna see my wife.
We're coming to get that
That-
trampoline out of the tree.
That trampoline, you can go to Bullville, folks. So let me know. I'll give you a tour and show you exactly.
Put it
Went
on
about
Facebook.
went about 100 feet on
I
the
didn't
other
see the
side of the prop-
trampoline on
yeah,
Facebook.
it's- I'll
All
put
right.
it on there again. If
All right,
you
let's
want.
introduce this gentleman
Okay,
here. We're
back
getting
for
lost again.
some more tunes here from New Jersey. The great Peter Riot. Take it away, Pete.
Yeah. Hi, Ed Keys.
Thank you. Now, this is a song I wrote a number of years ago. I won't tell you how long ago, but I wrote it when I was 17 for my first girlfriend. It's called Just Can't Leave. One, two, three, four. Baby, never wanna leave you. Baby, always got to see you. Baby, never wanna leave you. I just can't leave you now. Baby, never wanna leave you. Baby, always got to see you. Baby, never wanna leave you. I just can't leave you now. Certain things keep a young man sane when he looks to life with a great disdain. Even though I lose my brain, why thank you, baby, cause you ease the pain. Be so fine, I might lose my mind. Won't you take a little time? Tell me, baby, that you love me.
just can't leave you now. Now you're gone and you left me like I always knew you would. Why can't we have it like it was before? Now you're gone and you left me like I always knew you would. Why can't we have it like it was before? Certain things keep a young man sane when he looks to life with a great disdain. And even though I lose my brain, I thank you, baby, 'cause you eased the pain. Be so fine, I might lose my mind. Won't you take a little time? Tell me, baby, that you love me. Just can't leave you now. Now you come back to haunt me like some ghostly specter. Why can't you just let sleeping dogs just lie? Now you come back to haunt me like some ghostly specter. Why can't we just let sleeping dogs just lie?